Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine.
The year 2020 has been amazing for me and my gaming psyche. I am actively searching for classic games I missed and experiencing them for the first time. Now, I've played some big RPGs recently and wanted something different. I figured playing a first-person shooter would be a fun way to mix it up. After doing a quick search, there was a pretty notable series that showed up, Half-Life and its sequel. Bucking the trend of order and structure, I decided I'd first play the sequel. Half-Life 2 released in 2004 to high critical acclaim, winning countless Game of the Year awards to boot. How did I miss this? Well, I was 13 at the time, and besides, I was pretty encapsulated by something else. I remember getting Halo 2 for Christmas just after release, and it absolutely consumed me. Reading the official Xbox magazines leading to its release, I knew it was going to be awesome. I was blown away with the prospect of dual-wielding weapons and continuing to be the badass Master Chief. Okay, that's how I missed Half-Life 2. What great memories.
He flew pretty good.
Half-Life 2 has you play as Dr. Gordon Freeman, a theoretical physicist. You are brought out of stasis by the mysterious G-Man and transported onto a train headed for City 17. The dystopian setting shows that an aggressive alien force known as the Combine are in control and have taken over Earth. The Combine are headed by Dr. Wallace Breen, the former Black Mesa administrator who negotiated Earth's surrender after an event called the 7-Hour War, which played out after Half-Life 1. Upon arrival at City 17, the Combine whisk you away for questioning. Thwarted by an undercover Barney Calhoun, you are ushered out to safety and to reconnect with other members of the Resistance. Alex Vance and Dr. Isaac Kleiner.
It really is you, isn't it?
After a brief introduction and a wardrobe change, they attempt to teleport you to another base of operation, only for the machine to malfunction, transporting you into the middle of enemy territory. It's now up to you to traverse hostile areas infested with zombie-like creatures and enemy soldiers. So, did I enjoy it? While playing through Half-Life 2, I was amazed with the omission of traditional cutscenes. Exposition resides, however, you are in control throughout. Free to move about and tinker. Listen with great intent. It was liberating.
This is a red letter day.
You are mainly left to figure things out for yourself, learning through experimentation and testing the limits of the game's physics. Interacting with objects in organic ways pulled me deeper into the game. This, along with practical tutorials that made sense in-world, culminated in a truly immersive experience I won't forget. I'm a massive sucker for environmental storytelling, seeing the aftermath of something tragic, putting pieces together to uncover little morsels of the secrets these beautiful worlds hold. It's one of the main reasons I play games. Pinnacles for me include Skyrim and BioShock. Asking questions like, what happened here? And investigating to get a clearer understanding of what it would be like to live in this world. It's both tragic and encapsulating. You're not in a level or open space, you're in a living, breathing world. I love it. Half-Life 2 has this in spades. little tidbits of an altered world. Playgrounds are overrun, signifying a loss of innocence the Combine have enforced. Rooms are barricaded. People are scared. The world has been overrun. But what blew me away was that this storytelling actually teaches you how to survive in this world. I had a great time in Ravenholm. Not so subtle tells from the environment, and I was off. Cutting up zombies was a blast. And in the darkened tone, the atmosphere was palpable. The mood was heightened, playing with headphones. Fun mixed with freakout. Ravenholm was exhilarating. And yeah, it scared the shit out of me. The pacing of Half-Life 2 is another strong suit, consistently mixing up the gameplay effortlessly. I never felt fatigued by too much combat. I was never bored by exposition. Puzzles never too complex or strenuous. They're all timed perfectly and never outstay their welcome. Highway 17 lightened up the mood, and it was fun to open up the buggy and see what it could do. I'd be remiss if I didn't note that the controls were somewhat cumbersome and the harsh understeer hampered control, but overall it was a fun segment. The crane section did feel a little tacked on though. It seemed more like a gimmick that could easily have been excluded. During this portion of the game, you're also introduced to the Antlions. Grotesque, oversized bugs that hurl themselves at you continuously. Seems they're never ending. After the tragic loss of the greatest mind of his generation, some valuable information is gained about the Antlions. See, they spring up when you step on sand. The ensuing gravity gun assisted parkour obstacle course was another nice change. Poor Laszlo though.
Go ahead. I hope you have better luck than we had.
My expectations were subverted when you gain control of the Antlion soldiers after defeating an Antlion guard. You are prized with a pheromone ooze sac that proves irresistible to the Antlion soldiers. A quick squeeze or a swift lob and they'll do your bidding. And it suddenly became a different game. Launching waves against the Combine, it was fun to watch and control the Antlion. They would swarm your enemy and jump ridiculously high. The reverse prison break was such a cool playground. Although setting up the turrets was a little tedious. They were just too flimsy. Squad control was okay. They were quite squishy and sometimes just a tad too keen to die. They had noble intentions though. I liked the recruitment aspect as you're heading towards the Citadel. Showed that I was gaining support for an uprising. Overall, the squad controls are a bit limited and the soldiers do tend to stick to you like mud, which was super frustrating in tight spaces. Now I know that games are supposed to ramp up in difficulty towards the final conclusion, but it spiked somewhere out of nowhere. Having to fight multiple striders at a time with measly ammo drops and not to mention their pinpoint accuracy that melted your health. Yeah, it quickly turned to bullshit and I wanted to move on. With the aid of Dog and Barney, you gain access to the Citadel. Curiosity gets the better of you though, and you are swept away through the heart of the structure. This mechanical world is awe-inspiring, and you eventually make it to a security system, which promptly takes all your weapons, all while inadvertently supercharging your gravity gun. Okay, now this section is great. I have the keys to this place. Wreaking havoc. Disintegrating enemies. It was a blast. All good things do come to an end though. You're eventually brought face to face with Breen. He explains his plans to further conquer Earth with the Combine, using the capture of Eli and Alex to leverage the obedience of the Resistance. Mossman, previously thought to have joined Breen, has a change of heart and frees you, taser in hand, albeit with a little help from the gravity gun. Dr. Breen tries to teleport off-world, but this is prevented as you destroy the portal. In the commotion, the reactor begins to explode, and with that, time stops. G-Man reappears and thanks you for your services. Just as quickly as you're brought to life, you are put in stasis again, and the credits roll. What a cliffhanger. Half-Life 2 absolutely enthralled me throughout my playthrough. It is a masterpiece in gameplay and storytelling, but most of all, it's fun. I would recommend that everyone play this masterpiece at least once. Half-Life 2 has left me itching for more. I'm pretty blessed as I have the episodes and the original to experience firsthand, and I cannot wait. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, let me know, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you.